Hi everyone, this is a video about this modification that I have made on this Bamix. And if you remember in my old video, I asked Bamix to just listen to me and make some sort of saucer around here to collect the droplets of the food or debris that is still attached to that. Because normally when you are using this, if you put it at the on top of this stand, the top of a stand is like this. Let me just show you. It looks like this, and there is no sort of container to just collect the droplets of the food or liquid that you have been mixing, and then from here it comes to the worktop. So I made some modification, and there is no cable management system at the back, and I made some sort of cable management. And then I realized that this is the original cable that it came with. It is very thin and is always on your way when you are working with this, and it's going to the food and so on. So I have decided to change this as well. So I purchased some sort of cable. This is the cable, and I have to say that this was very vulnerable as well, because it's very thin. If by accident the blade is going to touch this, is going to rip it apart, and it's dangerous. But this cable that I have managed to find, let me just first show you the cable management that I have created for this. This is the cable management for UK plugs. I just put one of these protector of the pins of UK plug in there, and if I could find a black one would be fantastic, but I couldn't find a black one, and I stuck the earth shield in there, and these two are loose in case that you want to do anything else in that area. So it goes there, and then this cable that I have managed to find is very rugged, and you are not going to cut this with anything at all. So this cable, I even used a Stanley knife to just connect it to this plug, but it was very, very, very difficult. So this cable is 75 centimeters in length of this coil, and then it has some sort of 20 centimeter of extra cable here. So I just adjusted the length of this. Let me just take it off from there, and then from here as well. This cable was coming out of here, and it was loose in there. Let me just ask it to focus better. So this cable is indestructible, and if you stretch it, listen, it just goes back like a flash. So it has 75 centimeters of the coil, and then 20 centimeters of the end of this coil, which is straight. And then I connected this, and if you connect it to this, and then if you open these two screws, they are hex screws, and then there are two cables that is exposed, that is going exact to the board, motherboard, and I just done that. And then when you are putting it on the unit, when you are not using it, when you put this plug in there, So there is a way of cable management as well. Is going to be like so, and if you just put it on the table, it's just going to stand and is not going to bother anyone. And then the length of this is really good when you want to wash the tip of the Bamix, when you trying to stretch the cable. This cable seems to be perfect for this. So now I just show you how it works, how you can store your cables in there. And then I take the Bamix away and I show you what I have done to the base. And we just put this here in the view that I have managed to change that. And then we come to this. If you remember, this was upside down, so all that base of here was stuck to here. So I cut it from the base of this. Just imagine this was attached to here. I just cut it from the base and then stuck it back to here with a saw, and now we have some sort of container that the liquid goes in there, and then you can wash this, or with a towel or some sort of sponge, clean this area. I know it's a little bit messy here, but this is the best I could do for the time being. I didn't have any other glues, and this is the epoxy glue, and I glued it both ways, from outside and inside, to add a little bit of more strength to it. And then I just sanded the base in order to create a more flatter area, because all the debris was here. So I cleaned everything, and now we have a base that it can collect all the liquid that it might show you here. It might come from the tip of this Bamix. Anyway, I love my Bamix so much that I couldn't wait for the Bamix to start, creating something that I suggested. So, and I'm telling to Bamix, this is a really simple adaptation, that I just cut it from the base and turned this round and then stuck it back in there. It took 24 hours to just properly get solid this epoxy glue, and I left it there, and it's really, I'm really happy right now, because I've done it before. Bamix think about this, to sort of doing something about it. And if you look at this now, you have a container there that can contain all the debris that is dripping from the tip of this lovely Bamix. And I created a cable management system for European plug. You can easily do that for the UK plug. You can easily do that for the European plugs. And this cable is another addition to my, modification, that this cable is really, really hard to cut. So I hope you like this video, and until my next video, take care of yourself and each other, and as always, have a great time. Another point that I forgot to mention, this cable management, this plug storage area that I mentioned, It doesn't interfere with any of these. As you see, let me just take this out. Sorry that I have to start and stop again at the end. As you see, it doesn't touch anything here, but it has to be one of those narrow ones. And let me just take this one out as well, just to show you that it doesn't interfere with anything. It doesn't even touching. So that's really it. So I'm afraid before Bamix start doing something about that I have suggested, I had done it myself, and I am so happy that my Bamix is now complete to my mind. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and until my next video, take care and stay safe.